Hey everybody, welcome back for the fourth devlog. I'm gonna go real quick this week. Don't have anything really sexy and new and shiny to share with you, but a lot of things coming together this week. So if you missed last week's video, last week I added the shop and money and the first items that you could buy in that shop. This week we've got two new enemies, full waves 1 through 9 on this first stage. The portal to the shop that opens at the end of each wave, and 5 new items which are tied into some new mechanics that I added this week. So let's get right into it. So first 9 waves are in now, so you can actually see what the gameplay will look like, starting from the very beginning of this stage up through wave 9 of, I'm thinking about 15 right now. Wave 3 introduces our first new enemy, the Ego, which is our first projectile shooting enemy. Pretty basic AI outside of that. Wave 6 introduces our other new enemy, the Leech, which is completely immobile, but also not vulnerable until it peeks out of its shell here. And you can only shoot it at its head, and while it's peeking, it's going to be shooting back at you. So quite an unusual design compared to the other enemies so far, and I think it's my favorite one. I stopped at wave 9 because wave 10 is going to introduce elite enemies, which although I was planning on getting to them this week, I did not. So hopefully something for next week. After each wave, a portal appears to the shop. This much is pretty much as I showed in the last video. It's just now you can actually move between these two areas. And you'll also notice the enemies spawning in have little portals on the ground. The smoke particle is not quite finalized there. I was kind of messing with that this morning, actually. But there's another type of portal. You might notice a white portal that appears. The white portal will occasionally spawn in and teleport a chest in. And now the chests can contain food, which can heal you. And occasionally it'll actually contain a power-up. Now, in addition to this, I kind of got sidetracked working on a few new system mechanics, namely a status effect buff debuff system for the player and for enemies, and a critical hit system for the player, which is exactly what it sounds like, a chance to do extra damage. Now, by default, the base crit chance is 0. But there will be items and other mechanics that will allow you to increase your crit chance to actually do crit damage. So, for example, new item Power Milk gives you a Berserk buff when you pick up meat, even if you're at full health. And the Berserk buff gives you 100% guaranteed crits for a short amount of time. For an example of debuffs on enemies, we also have a new item, the Turtle Shells, which have a chance to slow enemies when you hit them. So real quick update this week. I'm trying to spend more time actually working on the game and get things done before we're looking at probably mid to late January for the demo. But in the next week or 3 here, I'm looking at finishing waves 10 through 15, which will include adding elites and a boss at the end. I'd also like to overhaul, or I guess finish, the HUD. And of course, probably one of the last things I'll do before the demo will be adding sound. That'll go a long way in fleshing out the actual game feel. All right, I'm going to get back to developing, and I'll leave you with just a humble request. If you like the video, like it, or subscribe, share, whatever. Any engagement with the video pumps up those numbers in the algorithm, and the more the merrier, of course. So hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next week. And have a happy new year.